Welcome back to Let's Draw to the Hot Takes. I'm your host, Stephen Andrew, and we're on the road to Favorite Movie 2022. And on this episode, we'll be talking and drawing to the hot takes of The Batman. The Batman was directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, and Jeffrey Wright. When the enigmatic villain calling himself the Riddler starts killing off Gotham City's most powerful citizens, it's up to Batman to stop him. But when he finds out Riddler's motive, Batman has to ask, is Gotham City worth saving? Fred and Sage, what are you doing here?
Hey, we're just hanging out after watching a really cool movie.
Yes, it's great.
It's great. Fantastic. All right, folks, we just got back from watching The Batman. We got dinner after the movies, and so I guess these aren't like the hottest of takes. They're more like
Warm.
Microwaved, reheated takes. Because we couldn't, well, it was funny. So we left the theater and I was like, don't talk about the movie. Like, we gotta wait and save it for content. And then, but like, we couldn't help it, guys. Like, we had to talk about it. Like,
I really loved it. It's hard to say if it's my favorite Batman movie or not. I really love the Joker from Dark Knight. And that was like one of my favorite Batman movie experiences. But this movie was really, really good.
my mind, though, when people find out that they're making a Batman movie, I think that the first question on everybody's mind is, or the next question, excuse me, is who are the bad guys gonna be? What did you think of the Penguin?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job too. I haven't really seen a lot of like movies with Penguin in it, but yeah, like from what I see, he's usually like a bird-looking dude. It's kind of strange, but I mean that's why it's called Penguin, you know.
Really liked I liked the Penguin. I was very impressed with the prosthetics that they used for Colin Farrell. It's crazy. I love that he works at the Iceberg Lounge, and I love that he wears purple. And I love that they made him. I've never seen Penguin as an Italian mobster like out of The Godfather, but they totally did, and I absolutely love the take. I thought that was awesome. And speaking of like things from the comics, like I was just so impressed with how riddled this entire movie was with references to the comics. Like that was so impressive to me.
I don't know. I was shocked it was Colin Farrell though, because like when they told me who it was, I was like, what? Like, because I just didn't know that. So yeah, like you said, they did a good job with that stuff. So good job, people who do that.
All right, and then of course, obviously, the one on all the posters was the Riddler.
So I really loved the villain. Very dark, and I was glad that they didn't really shy away from or fantasize like how bad crime really can be. And this villain was very much like a crazy psycho guy, serial killer. I just wish that they had made him someone else and not the Riddler. The Riddler, to me, the best way that he's ever been done, the Riddler from the Arkham games, which he's not as dark, right? He's funny, but he's also witty, but he's not really like a psycho serial killer. That's the way I see him.
So I really like the Riddler in this. I do think, though, I think that you're right. Like I can't think of stories where Riddler has actively gone to kill people. His thing in Batman comics has always been either making money or trying to outsmart Batman, which I don't think was this Riddler's intention, like was to do that. Well, the Riddler in himself is in a way kind of a vigilante in this movie. In fact, actually, in the comic books, and one of my favorite runs by Paul Dini, who's my favorite Batman writer, Riddler's actually reformed, and he works as a private detective, and he wants to solve cases before Batman does, which I think that's
cool.
Yeah, it's a sweet run, and so I don't know. I don't see this Riddler getting reformed or like becoming a private investigator. All right, y'all. What did you think of Catwoman?
I think she did all right. I mean, I would not say she's my favorite.
Yeah, so I was going into this movie thinking that I would totally hate this Catwoman, and I was proven wrong. And I don't know if it was because I had such low expectations that it seemed so good, but she might be my favorite Catwoman.
Really?
From the movies, yeah.
Interesting. Why were you so prepared to hate her?
I just wasn't thrilled about who they picked to play her, and just from what I saw from the trailers, I was just like, I don't know about this.
I loved, going back to what Fred said, Michelle Pfeiffer is my favorite Catwoman. I don't think that'll ever change. I really did like this Catwoman. I do like Zoe Kravitz. I've liked her ever since I saw her in Mad Max Fury Road. And what I like about this Catwoman is like I feel like she's got, this is kind of a weird thing to say, but the physicality of the role, the way that she fights like a cat.
Don't forget the fingernails.
The fingernail.
The fingernails.
Yeah, I need those. And I liked her. I liked her evolving relationship with Batman throughout the movie too. And as much as I love Batman, I think he works best when he's working with other people. And so in this movie, I liked that Commissioner Gordon was like his buddy. I mean, he was useful a couple of times, but then other times I felt like he's just there to go that's messed up. Or actually, that's not true. I say that now I'm thinking about, there's a lot of times that Gordon came through for Batman.
Yeah.
And now, finally, working all the way up to the end, the man himself. Let's talk about Batman. Robert Pattinson's Batman.
I wasn't too sure how he was going to do, especially given his roles from Twilight. I wasn't really expecting much, but I did really like him. I think he's got the best Batman voice.
Yes.
It really works, especially when they play this recluse angle, and you know he's got the longer hair. He's a little bit unkempt, and he's just super focused on doing what he does at night, and he's sort of vulnerable, sort of flawed, and I liked it. I liked it a lot.
He did a really great job. Probably my favorite Batman, honestly.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's my second favorite. Michael Keaton will probably always be my favorite. Actually, I scratched that. Kevin Conroy will probably forever be my favorite Batman. But that being said, I do think that Robert Pattinson's Batman is great. My favorite type of Bruce Wayne is the one that is so focused on the mission that it's almost awkward. And I think that he does that so well. His Bruce comes off very endearing, but also really tough and savage and cool. And they gave him just such really great lines. And I think Sage said, I think his Batman voice is perfect. And that comes from me because with Ben Affleck we had the modulator voice, which makes sense, but I don't like it. I don't think it sounds cool.
I knew you didn't bring me back because you like me. I don't. Not.
And then we had, we had 6 years of Christian Bale Batman voice and all the parodies that came out of that.
This city just showed you that it's full of people ready to believe in good. Where's the trigger? Where is it? I never give it to an ordinary citizen.
And
What are you talking about?
I cannot stand the Christian Bale Batman voice. It almost ruins The Dark Knight for me. But yeah, Robert Pattinson is fantastic. I thought he was incredibly compelling. Fred brought up while we were at the restaurant that she really liked how it really was a detective story. And which I don't believe any Batman film has done before this one. And that was something that I really liked too, is that, this movie, I think other movies try to humanize Bruce and kind of show a lot of Bruce outside the cowl, but this one, I really appreciate that Robert Pattinson's wearing the mask for 85% of the movie. He does so much great eye acting with his eyes. Not to mention, this is also the first superhero movie I've ever seen that acknowledges that superheroes wear eyeshadow, because in a lot of other movies, like, they'll have the eyeshadow with those masks and then they'll take the mask off that it's got. Almost all of it is the detective story. You're never bored. Like, everything, it just keeps going.
Back to Catwoman and Batman, like, their relationship felt really like natural, like, as a result of them, kind of helping each other out.
And then there's that one scene where the power's out in the building and he comes up the elevator. The whole scene is lit by gunfire. Yeah. That scene is so cool to me. I want to watch it again because I'm like 99% convinced that they were using either rubber bullets or blanks to get the lighting from those guns in that scene, and it is just so cool. I loved it.
Oh, and that's not the only place that the lighting is really good. The lighting is good throughout the whole thing. Sure. And don't get me wrong, like, I love Marvel movies, but like, it was really neat to watch something where everything was physically there, and these sets are amazing, and just Gotham City looks great. It's fantastic. It's a vibe. Yeah, the lighting effects and like the filming, like, it was so, like, just so many creative things, and he definitely did not like rest on his butt. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and go into final reviews, and then we'll rate these. Let's see, how many chest removable batteries out of 5?
Man, for me, it's really close to 5 out of 5. Again, I don't know if it's my favorite. I'll probably have to digest it a little bit, but I did really like it. It's at least 4.5, probably 5 out of 5.
For me, the downside to this movie was the language, and that was a bit rough.
Yeah.
Is it realistic with crime scenes and that just kind of environment? Yeah, it probably, obviously is realistic, but for me, it's just not enjoyable to hear. So with that, I would give it maybe a 4 out of 5.
This is the shocker here, folks. Okay, so my feelings about this film will probably change over time, just because it is something I'm sensitive to. Just like Sage is sensitive to Star Wars stuff, and his gut clenches whenever Luke Skywalker shows his digitally mapped face on any Disney product. I think that Matthew Reeves made a very, very amazing product. And I love how true he was to the source material. He brings stuff from all over Batman's comic book history. There's stuff from Batman Year One. There's stuff from Batman The Long Halloween. And I love how there's an outfit that Selena Kyle that's literally the outfit from Batman Year One. I was like, that is so cool. And for all the stuff that I love about it, I have one problem with it. And I think that in a way it is almost too referential. And what I mean by that is, if you have seen the movie, and I think I'm the only one at this table who has, if you have seen the movie Seven with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, it's pretty much, it's beat for beat almost exactly the same story. While I do believe it's incredibly well made and there was a ton of work put into it, I do think that it borrows too much from so many other things. And I guess that's another debate you could have about, what is an original story, right? But like, I feel like it takes so much, like, from so many things. It's like Seven, but with like a Batman mod on it, or like Batman stickers like all over the place. And that being said, like, the Batman stickers are really accurate, like really awesome, and I love it, and it just makes me, but I can't give it a perfect score. And then also, like, just points off for language too. It was just a lot, and I'm not even a prude, like, I don't care about like curse words, but like, when you've got like a lot of GDs and a lot of Jesus's in there, like, it makes me cringe, and it's hard for me to just sit and enjoy it. But I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'll probably watch it again, I'll probably buy it, like, I'll just be honest like that, guys. I'm a sinner, I'm sorry. I say all that, I was like, I'll probably give it a 4.5 batterings out of 5.
Nice, that's higher than I was expecting.
Yeah. But I stand by what I said, and I also confess to it as well. For the road to favorite movie 2022, I've only seen 2 movies. This is the new number 1. I liked it more than Macbeth. Inside and outside the recording, there was so much about this movie we talked about and are still talking about. For me, this is a piece of art that I'm going to have a long and complicated relationship with. And so I've decided that down the road, after it comes out on Blu-ray and more people have had time to watch it, and I've had more time to think about it, I will be putting out a full-length Let's Draw to the Movies review on it. In the meantime, we'll be trekking on that road to Favorite Movie 2022, and our next stop is going to be Disney's Pixar's Turning Red. Till then, see you, Space Cowboy. Or not. I'm not your dad.
Yeah, anyways, whatever that guy is, I think
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Yeah.
he pulls off, I think, the best, like, butler mentor role.
Where's your father's paid? Charlie Shefter. I'm terrible.